Liquid.
Well, are you making the most out of your hero if you're not trying to use that blast to get yourself an extra couple of creeps and get yourself an early 4-staff or something?
True. You just shove them in the lane, shove them in the dead lane.
Yep.
And just push the wave out constantly while the other 4 heroes are playing on the safer parts of the map.
Pop them under a tower. Though that might not be possible this game because we mentioned the Dark Seer with the Surge and the Iron Shell, etc. I'm going to be chasing him down a little bit. All right, Team Liquid.
They've used a lot of their reserve time on Liquid. They don't have much time left. So you need to get your back together, Liquid, here.
Kuroki, come on, get back to your computer. Stop making your sandwich.
They still need their position 5 as well. I think Nyx is a decent pick still here as well. Oh, okay. This is something that Kuroki played a decent amount of at the major.
Yeah, I mean, could still be a flex pick as well if they wanted to run it as maybe a core or something, but I'm not sure you do into the Shaker and Troll Warlord. These 2 heroes offer, I don't know, a fair amount of burst. Maybe not enough to deal with a Leshrac, though. It's a possibility, I think. Especially the Yule's really nice versus the Troll Warlord.
Yeah, Leshrac's such a tanky hero as well. And like you build this Bloodstone, you have a really high HP pool, you tend to build like a BKB afterwards as well. So up against this Keeper of the Light and the Shaker, you want some kind of BKB cores. That's why I assume the Lifestealer might be a decent pickup. But they go for something different. And like you say, with the flex pick available as well, it's always nice. I would be very surprised if it wasn't Kuroki Lesh though. It gives them more wave clear, which is nice. Bit of lockdown. If you can hit the split earth. I can't. I'm not very good at it, but I'm sure Kuroki is.
I think he's a bit better than you, mate.
Oh, it must be close. Kuroki's just... It's amazing to think how long he's been in the scene. It's
played every single hero competitively, except Mars.
Team Liquids.
Which
one day. One day. I love that he just picked all these heroes in the qualifiers that didn't matter before, like the seeding games.
yeah.
Bristle. Oh my god.
Loader. This is the loader effect. When you have loader as a coach, you know the bristle's going to come out on one stage. But they do like playing around this hero.
You now have Keeper of the Light Bristle back. So we talked about the Axis being reduced cooldown. Now you got Quills instead, dude. This is hype.
Double Quills. That's scary, and I'm pretty sure Lifesteal doesn't dispel the Quills when he rages either.
I'm not sure. I don't think so, because it's physical damage as well.
Yeah.
So. Lifesteal pick's interesting because it works both ways against the Bristle, right? Where he has high HP, so it's nice to steal, but his HP, sorry. But Lifesteal doesn't have a huge amount of armor, so the Quills do a decent amount of damage to you. I'm not sure how I feel about the Lifestealer pick now you see the Bristle, but again, in terms of like this, the Rage being available against the Keeper of the Light and the Earthshaker, it's still a decent pick.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's
I mean, being able to surge a Lifestealer into the backline is so ridiculous. Like in the fights, it's crazy. He just goes out of control.
Yeah. Another thing I like about this Bristleback pick, by the way, is that it's nice blink cancel for the Enigma as well. If you try to save, you can't really go down that route anymore. You know, the Bristleback's going to be up in your face. He's going to be kind of sitting in the middle of the enemy team, and it does make it hard to play. Liquid go for the Arc Warden as their final pickup.
This is interesting. I don't mind this pick because they don't have a great way of gap closing at the moment on Alliance. Like this Arc Warden's just going to be sitting in the backline, and how would you like Earthshaker blink Ags maybe, but you don't really want to be committing into the backline with an Arc Warden with a solo Echo Slam and just hope the rest of your team like follows up. That does not sound fun.
Yeah, and I was expecting something with Break, but Arc Warden, can certainly go for this Silver Edge if he wants to. I'm not sure we'll see it though. I think he just wants to be basically rolling in as much gold as possible.
Arc Warden did get a buff in the most recent patch as well. So
yeah, he got a
level
pretty huge one, didn't he?
At level 1, the replica has the same amount of time, but at level 2 it's an extra 2 seconds, and at level 3 it's an extra 4 seconds. So in that late game scenario, when your clone has an extra 4 seconds of life, that's scary.
I'd also like to point out here as well that Arc Warden is such a rare pickup for Team Liquid. They've played every single hero, and the only hero they've picked less than Arc Warden is Techies. They've picked him in 3 games, and they've only won 1 of them.
Okay. Maybe it's something they've been practicing in scrims recently, though, especially since the patch, with it getting an extra 4 seconds, like we say on the clone. So,
yeah, for those watching, when professional teams pick up a hero like this, they're not just going, "Hey, you know what? We haven't played in ages. Arc Warden." There's a lot of time and preparation and practice and all sorts put into this one. So this is certainly not going to be a random out the hat pick. Meanwhile, Alliance, they go for the Quag for Alchemist. That is definitely a comfort pick for them. So changing things up for game number 2, which I think they absolutely should. As they put Boxy on the Bristleback and Alchemist go per quick and Troll Warlord. That's their main carry.
it does very much feel like a miracle hero as well, doesn't it? Like this high skill cap hero that plays position 1 from the mid lane. You know, things like this Invoker that we used to see a lot of. It'd be interesting to see how this Arc Warden does. Up against the Alchemist especially, that doesn't sound like an easy lane. If Qualifier gets a good start this game, he might just run the game over. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yep, it's kind of feeling like it's setting up to be a battle of the farms again as well, as we've got these two very greedy mid laners coming into play. Troll Warlord and Lifestealer maybe a little bit more aggressive than the mid lane counterparts. Don't know, I think it's going to be a timing of Blink Daggers. You know, GH maybe not going for his, to be honest. There's a lot of cancel for this Black Hole, but definitely Tiger looking for a good time on his Blink Dagger, and Mind Control probably be... I don't know, we're expecting, yeah, probably Helm of the Dominator from Mind Control again, and just kind of run Alliance, basically.
He'll just go Helm of Dom Greaves again, I think, and just be that, you know, the utility. He's a surge for the lifesteal of this game as well. So my worry is that Alliance don't really have a huge amount of, 1, gap close, and 2, like lockdown available for this Darkseer and the Arc Warden. Like, he's just going to get surged away. And what do they do with that? Like, how do they deal with this surge this game? Yeah, like they've got the Will-O-Wisp, which is okay, but it's not great.
I mean, Modara, if he's quick enough, he can get some roots off with his
yeah, maybe.
Like, that could definitely be an option.
Madara and Boxy going to the same lane. They're doing this 5-man rotation to the top lane again, just to scout out the lanes.
All right, let's get into it. Game number 2 in this best of 3 series between Team Liquid and Alliance here. Alliance currently behind 1 game, needing to get a win here if they want to make it through to the winners bracket. So of course it's a group format. We're very used to seeing this in the DPC now. We've currently got 2 games going on simultaneously, and if Alliance win this one, then they will go to the winners bracket. If they don't, they'll go to the losers bracket, but they still get a chance to play through to get to those all-important playoffs. If they do make it through to the lowers, because then we have a decider as well. But they will need to win both the next two games if they lose this one in order to get through to the playoffs. So, yeah, you can check out the brackets, everything on Wikipedia and such, as we see a little bit of aggression once again from Alliance. Well, not really aggression, they're more kind of just scouting things out.
Can we just talk about what GH has done, by the way, on this Enigma?
So
obviously, when you build up towards this Soul Ring and the Helm of Dom, you get these Ring of Regens. We've been seeing people do this where you pass them off to the offlaner and then you buy a couple of clarities at the start of the game. I assume GH did this last game as well and I didn't notice, but he buys 2 rings of regen, gives 1 to Miracle and gives 1 to Matumbaman for the late stage, and it just doesn't have any items on himself, which is really interesting. I'm also very surprised that he hasn't just denied this range creep mid here and then just gone back to base to heal up, like his mana. But
I mean, that's a pretty insane block onto the range creep. Yep, there you go. We'll take it in the end. Just waiting as long as possible to make sure he can get it and then get to the jungle camps. Well, that said, he's not bringing the Eidolons over.
But this is what I mean.
They wouldn't last with them. My bad.
I guess he just really wanted to block, but I'm surprised he didn't stand next to the tower, just deny the range creep, then run back to Fountain for the mana regen. It's interesting.
Well, he spots out Tiger here, which is already value for these Eidolons here, so Shaker may be feeling a little bit silly as he's maybe coming in for a courier snipe or something, but gets seen in the action.
This mid lane as well going pretty well for Qualifier so far. I feel like if the lane was kind of sat static around the river, Miracle would probably do okay, but with the creep wave just shoving under each tower, makes it a little bit more difficult for him.
Yeah, it's going to do okay on CS. Who are expecting to win this lane between these 2 heroes?
Yeah, I think it's very even. Like, I think the Alk should win, but it's very close. Like, they should just trade farm effectively. Have you seen what Mind Control's doing, by the way, on this start?
Yeah, we had a little look over there. Just, under the tier 3s. No issue, just before the tier 3s. And, yeah, this interesting lane at bottom as well of the Bristleback versus the Lifestealer. Not one we're used to seeing particularly often, to be honest, but, yeah, I mean, they're just kind of going to sit here, and I don't really see anybody being able to kill anybody down here.
It's interesting. This lane's kind of very even at the start of the game, but when this Bristle gets to, like, level 3 and then to level 5... it becomes really difficult for the Lifestealer. I think he has to be a little bit careful. He's bought the Ring of Protection early on. He just needs to increase his armor slightly, just to help himself up against this physical damage of the Quill Spray.
And Sanya doing his best to try and deal with the Darkseer here, but Mind Control is just so annoying, grabbing these creeps and pulling them away, and trying to eat them all up with the double iron shells as well.
Miracle's doing really well in this mid lane, actually. He's just got a range creep tonight as well, which is going to hurt Quake's progression. Eventually, what's going to happen here, you see Quake gets the 2 points in assist rate. He just shoves the lane out, and then he's got this medium camp available from being on the Radiant side that he can just go and farm as well.
Yeah, classic. Eat this tree here, get the creeps through, and life is simple for the Alchemist.
He can just look to stack for himself here, maybe as well.
Well, Sonya
maybe not.
being stared at by Leshrac here as they're going to pop the Diabolic Edict, and the Split Earth is going to miss, and Sonya will get himself away. Coddle, not the easiest target to capture with the 332 movement speed, making it very difficult to land that Split Earth without any kind of setup here, so we'll be able to get himself away, especially with a nerf to Diabolic Edict as well at the early levels, which have just come through, reduced from 11 to 8, which is a fair amount. You definitely feel it when you play the hero.
That's a big nerf at level 1. That's like a 30% decrease in damage, which is not fun if you're a Lesh player. But that hero was too good. I mean, they haven't changed it in the late game with the level 4 one, so I don't think they can complain too much.
And, Tiger actually went in on Miracle the middle lane. Yeah, he didn't mess up the initial gank, but still going for it here as the rotation comes in from GH. He is going to be able to get the Fisher off, but it's going to be enough damage. It's not with the Fairy Power as well. Miracle stays alive, and that's going to be Tiger giving away first blood in the middle lane.
Yeah, great TP by GH there, just to make sure Miracle was okay. He spotted him out with the Spark Wraith, so instantly called for the TP.
It's just classic, ridiculous game knowledge from Miracle there, knowing that where he was. You know, he scouted him out with the Spark Wraith a while ago. Did he try and go into the tower? No, he baited him in. He went out from under the tower to kind of draw in the Earthshaker, and just knew that he was going to be able to do enough damage, especially with GH TPing in, to be able to win.
He knows that Shaker's level 1 still though as well, so the only real way he has of killing him is with this Fisher. So if you can just juke him around a bit, especially with that Flux being level 2, then you're going to be okay. Pretty passive game again though so far, especially in these side lanes. But I was going to say Vega because it's Madara's tagged, but
yeah, it's
Alliance doing pretty well so far. I think they should be happy. You know, unfortunate first blood.
Could be in trouble here. Madara dodging out the Split Earth nicely here. A couple more axes will do the job. Kuroki goes down. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, though, Tiger does get a successful rotation in on Miracle. So, well, kills across the board for Alliance here as they draw blood in the middle and the top lane. And now Sanya will come into contact with Mind Control here. Mind Control does have the Surge to work with, so I don't think there's any real threat in him dying as Sanya tries to go for the blocks, but it's a big ask against the Surge Darkseer, and he'll get himself away.
Bounty runes is really big this game. There's an Alk in the game. How many Air Alliance are going to get for themselves?
GH blocked off a little bit here. Boxy's coming in to do the damage as well, and poor old Enigma can't do anything as the Quills will finish the job. Boxy now in some trouble though as the Lifestealer comes in and just tearing him apart. The Kuroki getting low. He's got to be careful, but will just about survive. The double Quills nearly finishing the job there. And, well.
Alliance picked up 4 Bounty runes, by the way. And they have an Alk on their team.
Wow.
That's scary.
He's
if you're a Liquid fan.
Big boy. Though Miracle getting kind of up close and personal with Quaker here, but Quaker's just going to turn around and start hitting into Miracle as well, so two kind of just skirmishing with one another. Quaker not showing any fear, although Kuroki is behind the tower here. I'm not sure if Quaker is aware of this. Doesn't look like it. Do they have enough damage to bring him down? Especially with his level 6 with the Soul Ring, he can pop that ultimate if he needs to. Nice little deny there on the range creep from Miracle.
He has treads as well. Like, he's super tanky on this Quake out. I don't think you really want to be fighting into him at this point.
And they're actually moving into Miracle here as the Fisher comes out, does connect, and Miracle running around here, but he's going to take a stun to the face. Tiger coming in as well. Miracle dropping low. He is going to die. However, the Split Earth is out onto the Alchemist here. Alchemist dropping low. He is going to die in response as well. So both heroes going down, and also Tiger falling to the Spark Race from both the Illusion and the existing ones from the previous Warden. So Kuroki, well, he's happy with how that went down. He's now level 5 and nearly level 6.
I was going to say, that's so much XP for Kuroki. Like, it's 6.5 minutes into the game and he's halfway to level 6 already. This is not a classic Kuroki XP game, is it?
It's not. It's
he's
not.
Loving life. Insane, he's in trouble here as well.
He is a little bit. Oh my god, that's some damage. He's not even popping the shrine. He's just like, yeah, no, I'm dead. Sorry, guys.
He takes more damage than the shrine gives.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
The best chance he had there was running into the neutral camp, but
yeah, go for
even
deny.
then it would... not even the deny, just share the damage of the Edict. It's
Kuroki nearly 6. Meanwhile, the other, this is the 4 on the other team, by the way, who's level 3. And he's just like, what?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
GH hasn't... It's like the same net worth as this Tiger Earthshaker as well, which is surprising to me. I would have thought GH would have been a little bit more greedy. But at the moment, all 3 cores on Alliance are farming super well. Like their early game's going really well, and if this out carries on with the the rate of farm that he's getting at the moment, if they can try and play around this, I assume he's building Radiance, but he could go for like the fighting build, where he goes for like Blink Solar Crest or something as well. Especially building this Solar Crest when you have the Bristleback on your team as well, would be really nice. This acid spray and Solar Crest could do amp up the quill damage so much.
Yeah. Antiamo is gonna come in.
Middle tower
Pretty helpful for Boxy here. So,
He's going Radiance, just the classic.
I mean, look at the Alliance cores though. Every single one of them above the Liquid cores, and this is, I mean, Arc Warden is now trying to go for this. I had in mind as he will have it soon, so catch-up potential is definitely there with the Tempest double. But
Radiant structures are
I mean, their side lanes are so difficult though. Like, who wants to lane up against this Troll Keeper of the Light, where there's just constant axes running through?
oh, nice deny coming in from Darkseer. Mind Control gets it. Madara trying to chase him down, and actually the axe slow is still coming in, but it's only chakra himself. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he chakra the Troll, he might have got the kill.
Oh, GH in some trouble down at bottom. Boxy trying to chase him down, but the Midnight Pulse are doing a ton of damage to Boxy as well, so he's going to have to back himself up. Now Kuroki coming in as well. Split Earth will miss, but in comes that damage, and the Diabolic Edict just tearing Boxy apart. They will find themselves that kill as the Bristleback goes down in the bottom lane after trying to get aggressive onto the Enigma.
And this is the power of the early Lesh level 6 though, that he can just walk to these side lanes now and do so much damage. It must be a bit of a surprise to Alliance that he can just appear on this Lesh and cause absolute chaos.
All right, here we go. Double minus up from the Arc Warden, and this is a dream for Miracle here. It did take him a little bit longer than perhaps he would have wanted to get it, but he's there now. And that's the important thing. So they now need to keep an eye and keep checks on this Arc Warden, make sure he doesn't get completely out of control, because if anybody can carry a game from this far behind, it is certainly Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, I really like what Kuroki did this game, by the way. He's put 2 really deep wards down. He put one of them on the, in this top Radiant jungle that got dewarded by the Sentry, which is nice. But he's also put one down in the bottom jungle as well, just to see where this Alk's farming. They might be able to get a good rotation off on him at some point to try and punish this building towards this Radiance.
Kuroki once again being run out by Boxy here. Does get the Split Earth out. Actually finds the Keeper of the Light here. Keeper of the Light might be dropping as well as Kuroki pops to one to keep himself alive. Boxy will find that kill, but now Boxy going down to Matumba Man and the old... Ooh, never mind. He's going to survive. And Madara coming in, popping that ultimate and just trying to deal with Miracle here, but keeping him in range for him. Doesn't want to get too close, and now he's just letting these Spark Rays get stacked up on him, but he actually runs in closer to Miracle here with the axes coming out as well, and Quake for coming around the backline. Miracle's in some trouble. He's going to go down. It's a double kill from Madara, holding his ground, turning it around and fighting into Liquid here. And they're going to kill him the mid laner for that active aggression. Madara will be able to back himself away as well as... no, he's just going for the range creep on Miracle anyway.
Miracle thought he could punish Madara there with his high amounts of magical damage between the clone and himself, but this Troll has like 19 armor, so he's really difficult to bring down. He's deceivingly tanky. Your right click's not really doing anything to him. So although the Flux and the Spark Wraiths are going away, he's a tanky Troll.
And yeah, this Leshrac, the After Death Diabolic Edict nearly finishing off the Bristleback there. That would have been a pretty... That would have made the fight a lot more profitable for Liquid, but unfortunately it didn't do enough damage quite as Tiger TPing out up a top lane here. Did he cancel? He cancelled that, right?
Sure.
He definitely cancelled that because...
Okay. I was looking at bot lane. I was just watching Boxy stack some camps.
I don't know what happened there, but I'm fairly sure these guys don't have any stuns between them, so...
Do they have a point in vac?
They do not.
No, they don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm not sure then.
Just wanted to go for the value enchant totem, I guess. I mean, I guess if he gets a double stun off, with Madara nearby, Madara maybe, I don't know, kills a creep and gets...
Oh, Kuroki.
Echo?
This is, we talk about the deep wards, trying to be able to punish this out. It's probably not what he had in mind.
No. This doesn't seem much punishing, to be honest.
He is very close to this Radiance now. It's about 800 gold away, so... Alliance looking to hit a timing here. How close is Tiger to his blink? He's actually very close, only about 700 away himself. So Alliance is going to hit a big power spike this game in a couple, like 2 or 3 minutes or so. This is looking good for them. especially after the Game 1 performance where it felt like they weren't really making plays on the map. If they can use this Shaker Blink really well, then put themselves in good stead.
Yeah, and the gold advantage has never been ridiculous for Alliance, to be honest. Like, you know, 3k gold advantage now. It was 1k a little bit earlier on. Madara could be in some trouble here. Oh, look, Edict coming out. A lot of damage coming out. He's going to have to pop that Battle Trance way earlier than perhaps he'd wanted. But Tiger coming in. He throws down the Echo Slam. Kuroki in trouble. He just gets eaten alive. Now towards Mind Control as well. Doesn't have Surge for another 2 seconds. We'll be able to grab it now. Can Tiger block him off? Well, he does get it with that Enchant Totem. Mind Control on the run. Is he going to throw it? No?
Okay,
all right.
Fair enough. He just wants to save it for some kind of team fight, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really surprised. I think you just throw it down there.
Might be in trouble on Madara here as the Rage coming in and the stun. What's that stun? Oh my god. Well, okay, yeah. He was trying to separate them
between them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way that the troll lives there is if he gets that Fisher off. So you have to give it a go.
Yeah, you gotta thread the needle. It just looks a little bit silly from Tiger, but I'm sure everybody's gonna be very understanding towards him. And yeah, I mean, just
unfortunate.
You gotta
go
your own. Good voice line usage. Boxy down here in the bottom lane as well, just asserting his dominance on this Bristleback and forcing back anybody who wants to come into this lane.
Do they have any ancient stacks for the Bristle to take?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
No, they don't.
No, everyone's been a bit too busy to be stacking right now. So, do you remember last game when we had 1 kill at 10 minutes? And this game we're currently sitting on 18 kills at 13 minutes. So, definitely amping up the pace a little bit this game.
This Bristle has a Vanguard now, by the way. This he is not easy to kill. And they don't really have anybody that just wants to sit in a lane and just try and push the lane out. Like, Kuroki can't really do that.
No.
His spells don't allow him to push from range. So.
No, he doesn't have any points on Lightning. Miracle coming in to try and deal with Boxy here, though, and the Flirt's is going to land as well. And Boxy taking a ton of damage from these illusions as he's round the front. Now he gets round the back. Boxy, well, he's not going to survive this one as a double Edict, just doing way too much damage with the right clicks. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, they're still going for more. Tiger in some trouble as the 2 man's running him down. He gets the right click and finds that kill. Madara maybe looking for a response here as he throws in the axes, but Liquid just going to play around him here.
I'll be honest, I'm very surprised that Bristle went for Vanguard instead of Hood. I feel like it's a super good Hood game up against this Darkseer, Arc Warden, Leshrac combination. Yeah, he might have survived there if he had the Hood instead.
Possibly. It's
I imagine
the usual pickup on Bristle, but
yeah, he'll probably build it next anyway. So
yeah,
it's not a huge deal.
Isn't the Diabolic Edict is physical damage though?
It is, yeah, but like the Pulse Nova and magic damage, like you have the Spark Wraith and the Fluxus magic damage.
True. Well, bottom tower lasts all of about 3 seconds to Kuroki's max level Diabolic Edict. Meanwhile, looking for GH here. Boxy trying to chase forward, but without Flux on him, he can't really keep pace as the 2-man comes in and is actually able to grab the bounty rune from under his nose and go for the TP out. Madara, come on, root. No, not gonna happen.
Why'd he give up? Come on, dude.
Yeah, you got to commit. The third one, it was there. Yeah, they've got Mind Control. He's blocked off. Does have Surge in 1 second, but with that stun being cocked up, they're going to throw it out maybe a little bit too early here. Mind Control might be able to escape this one. Oh, the vacuum up onto the cliff. They're going to throw down the Echo Slam to get the creep and the kill, and Cliff is just going to TP himself away.
Good try. If he'd have got both of them up on the cliff, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. I think that was a level 1 vacuum as well, so that's extra points, extra impressive there to.
If you'd have got both of them up on the cliff with a level 1 vacuum, I would have been very impressed.
Yes, that would be to the front page of Reddit, I think.
Yeah, Miracle goes for the Maelstrom now after the Midas as well on this Arc Warden. So, standard build. We used to see some people go for the Necro 1 as some kind of like bridge item to be able to kind of fight a little bit as well as farm.
He's spotted out behind. GH is coming in onto Boxy here. Kind of feeling like he might just throw down the black hole, but Insani is waiting for it. He's got the Will-O-Wisp available as the things come out. There's a Split Earth coming down onto Boxy. Boxy in some trouble. They've still got this Will-O-Wisp to work with, but Insani just doesn't want to throw it out. Boxy gonna get run down here, and yep, the Spirit Vessel on him is just gonna get torn out.
See, it's really interesting by GH. Like, he knows that he doesn't have to build pipe this game. It's not a great pipe game, so just go for something different. Instead, build the Spirit Vessel, which is obviously super good against the Alp and the Bristle.
Up onto the high ground. Tiger running away. Does get the blink off just in time before the Midnight Pulse comes in. So, isn't Insani ever going to use Will-O-Wisp this game?
Maybe like his R button's stuck. He can't click it. I really think Tiger should have just thrown the Fisher out quicker there as well. Would have possibly saved the Bristle's life. Probably not, but...
They're scanning out in the trees here, but all they see is Insani, so they might not know the time. Never mind, they vacuum him out, and Insani is getting eaten alive by the 2-man here, doing whatever he wants, it feels like, this game.
I'm surprised they didn't go on Tiger there.
Tiger get away. Did you just blink past them all?
He just ran away. He just blinked out.
Koifa coming into
here
this
comes the
one.
out.
Stun comes out onto the Enigma here, and Madara's on top of him as well. GH is not surviving this one as he goes down. And Fest into mind control, and the surge away for them both. That's the efficiency plays right there. Why save one when you can save both?
And they're making so much space for Miracle as well. Like, they forced 5 TPs down to this bot lane. Miracle just TPs to the top jungle. Look where he is on the net worth chart now. Like, he was struggling against, you know, all the other Alliance cores before, but with this Midas Maelstrom build, he just catches up so quickly.
That is quite impressive. And he's, I mean, I say it's impressive. He hasn't actually had any pressure put on him, to be honest. Like, his laning phase looked pretty bad, but at the same time, he's still got a 9-minute Midas, which isn't that bad. And yeah, the Alliance haven't really been invading right now, but now they jump forwards. A nice find by Tiger here as he gets the stun off, and Arkward just got everything coming on his head right now, and they'll be able to get this kill. Now they look towards GH as well as Koifa pops the ultimate, starts to run him down. The rest of the team just focusing on the tower for the time being, though. They will take that tower as Kuroki TPs himself in. Maybe they're looking to fight this one Liquid, but I shouldn't really think so. They don't really have enough damage to take this fight. They will just have to accept losing this tower as Koifa, he's the man with the money. He's got this Manta style and the Radiance.
Yeah, whenever this Arc Warden dies, you have to punish him by trying to take objectives. The magnetic field makes it so much more difficult, especially in the late game. Like, trying to breach high ground against that hero is really hard. And I love that he's got this blink queued up. I love that he's got this blink queued up as well on Elk. We've talked about them struggling to get on top of the Arc Warden. So.
Yep. With the Earthshaker, I mean, that was an amazing blink from Tiger, and not just an amazing blink, but also amazing reactions when he found himself exactly on top of the Arc Warden, just no hesitation to throw down the enchant totem and just keep him locked down and find that kill.
Good. This is a really good
in the
time
middle
now
lane.
for Alliance.
Tiger.
Why?
Gosh. I mean, they're smoked up, so we couldn't see them, but he saw the smoke coming out. If he'd have just blinked forwards into that there, he might have just found a ridiculous echo, but unfortunately...
Yeah. By himself.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'm getting too excited, but you know, loads of creeps, loads of Eidolons, loads of heroes. You know, might have got 1 or 2.
I don't know if Liquid tried to use that smoke to maybe try and get into the pit to contest, or like maybe they think Alliance are going to split up after they've taken the Aegis to farm, but it doesn't really look like it's going to be able to achieve too much here. I think they realise that they're behind here, and this Alchemist is super scary. Like, they have the Vessel, but with Alchemist having the Manta now to be able to dispel it, it's not easy for Liquid to take these fights.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alliance, I mean, an impressive performance from them. No matter what happens from here on out in this second game, they have bounced back thoroughly from a pretty rough first game, and now they're taking control. And I love that they're playing objectives. I love that they're just kind of taking control of Liquid's side of the map. This is, you know, when you're against these teams which are pretty scary to come against, you can't play on the back foot, and that is exactly, you know, when you're ahead. Because that does be something we do see happen quite a lot. Meanwhile, Tiger walks up onto the high ground, just gets annihilated by Kuroki, so, you know.
Oh, okay. I'll let you... Yeah, Kuroki might be in trouble, though, in return.
He might be. He might be. But he's just got a solo kill, you know. He's probably happy with this.
He's made forcing rotations as well. Can we talk about Liquid's vision in the mid lane, by the way, where their 2 wards are? They replaced it exactly the same time.
Very thorough. By the same person?
Really, yeah, I think so. They really want to see this mid lane.
Okay. I mean, this is where the action is. I mean, we got two Dire wards, 2 Radiant wards as well, which are just about getting one's about to run out. The mid lane's where the fun is, even though there's no tier 2 here anymore. So
I think down in this bot lane as well now, you'll see that Alliance probably going to want to take these 2 towers in the bot lane just to, you know, create more goal for themselves. If Liquid put a ward on one of these high ground spots next to their tier 1 or tier 2, I think it's going to show whether they want to fight it or not. Because if they don't put vision down in this like dire bot jungle, it's going to be super hard for them to fight there. So they'll probably just let the towers go if they don't put any kind of vision up soon.
I think the one hero on the side of Alliance which we haven't really seen much effectiveness from is his Bristleback. Like, he got a couple of nice fights early on, but since then he's kind of just been this guy here on the front lines. What's the purpose of this pick? What does it do for them in these fights?
It's just like extra physical damage as well. Like, the Goo's super useful just to chase people down. Like more physical damage within the acid spray, reducing armor. It gave him really good roche taking.
Arc Warden in some trouble again. Look at these TPs coming in though, but they're not going to be here nearly in time. Although there comes the Atos onto Tiger, but Qualifiers here to fight as he stuns up two as they TP in, and with the Will-O-Wisp as well, and the Echo Slam coming down. They're doing so much work here, staying away from GH. They know he's got this black hole to work with, and as the Will-O-Wisp comes out, but they jump back in with the stun. Qualifier playing around here. Tiger will be going down, but Mind Control in some trouble. Where's the stun coming out? It's nearly here from Alchemist. Mind Control with the surge away. Can he play around the trees? No, he cannot. Meanwhile, Sanya and Tiger have gone down the backlines, but they will also get the kill onto the Darkseer, and that is a triple kill for Qualifier. Liquid making some mistakes here in the top lane.
Yeah, that was such a good Will-O-Wisp. We've been flaming and saying a bit, saying when you're going to be using that spell, but
like
a
roasting,
3-man Will-O-Wisp into the 3-man Echo Slam. Under the shrine as well. They were healing for the most of that duration.
yeah, didn't look at it. That's just Lance wanting to buff their damage stats up. It was a very, very convincing fight for them. But I mean, do you not cancel the TPs after the you realize the Arc Warden's dead there? But
I would have assumed they would have, but maybe they didn't realize that the Will-O-Wisp was going to be following up as well. I don't know if they saw the Keeper of the Light coming in. I imagine they probably would have cancelled them if they realized.
I mean, I love the response. Like the response from
mid lane.
Liquid. Oh, BKB comes out though, and they're immediately jumping forwards onto the Arc Warden again, but the black hole from GH going to hold them still for the time being. Miracle trying to run himself away, but Boxy chasing with the poison. Can he get the kill? Yes, he can. Chance doing the job. And now they look towards Enigma as well, as he is just annihilated in the middle of this. And Leshrac chased down as well. Liquid dying in the middle lane. However, in the backlines, Madara's in some trouble. He's having to back himself up, trying to run from a Doomed Man, but the Radiance is going to take him down. No, it's not, but the surge forwards, he wants his kill, but he's not going to get it. Somehow, a neutral keep
Can they get the Darkseer?
job. But whatever, who cares at this stage? The block's out from Insania up onto the high ground. Now the stun to follow up as well. They're on top of Mind Control. They'll get him as well. It is a full 5-man wipe for Alliance here. And this is a great performance from them in game number 2. Not giving Liquid a chance to breathe in this matchup as they're up onto the high ground, taking this tier 3 tower.
Yeah, it feels like Alliance are doing so much of a better job this game of punishing the greed that we're seeing from Liquid. Like, they couldn't really do it in the first game, but they've played so well around this Aegis timing, and they're playing really well around this Chakra Magic. Like, Insania is using it constantly on this Troll and the Alchemist to reduce their cooldowns, especially from this unstable concoction.
Yes, yeah, I mean, he's got the 400 damage now as well, so it's going to be doing even more, as we saw in the last fight, just piling into people. They take the shrines, and, well, they don't have Roche available to them just yet.
Yeah, the Aegis has just run out by Kuiper, so not going to be up for a few minutes now, unfortunately. So they'll probably wait for this second Aegis timing, which is, unless they win a really good fight, obviously. But that's going to allow Miracle to at least try and, get another key item online. He has gone for this really greedy build we see from Arc Wardens all the time.
Tower. Ooh. Okay. 5 HP tower. Nope. All right.
Might as well keep it available as a TP point, I guess. I mean,
True.
I'd deny it, but never mind. They know better than me, so I can't question them. The Matumman has his Radiance as well with his own Midas, but like...
Yeah, he's had this for a little bit, but I mean, nearly got the kill on Madara last fight, but not quite there in time.
I love that Alliance have gone, well, everyone just farmed last game, so let's just take fights.
Yeah, let's just run at each other. Let's have some fun. Exactly. That's what we're appreciating as well.
Oh, here comes the Alk.
Yeah, the raid bosses in. They're going to kill off this illusion for 240 gold. Don't go into Boxy.
Oh, it's not an illusion, no man. It's a clone.
Oh, sorry.
I am the Reddit police.
So what's the difference between an illusion and a clone then?
It counts as a hero, like as a separate entity, maybe. Who knows?
Ooh, okay.
I'm just making things up as I go along, I'll be honest. If I just throw enough...
That's what we all do. That's what we all do.
All of a sudden, like, it didn't seem like Alliance's net worth advantage was that much, and they take 2 amazing fights, take the T3 in the mid lane, and all of a sudden they're 17k net worth. Like, this is...
It's a bit of a lead, isn't it? It's a bit of a lead.
And you see at the moment, they're just doing a really good job of just shoving lanes in all the time. Like, Liquid is forced to stay in their base pretty much constantly, because they're so scared to move anywhere on the map at the moment. They can't fight into this out. He is very strong.
Feels like Alliance are, I don't know, are they waiting down Roshan here, or just waiting for an opportunity? They've got all these wards up down here at bottom. They would just want to control both the jungles and starve Liquid out the map.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for them to rush this. Like, if all the lanes are pushed in, yes, Warden can shove out lanes a little bit with his clone, but they might as well just wait for the second Aegis. You don't want to force a high ground fight into an Warden. That's probably the only way you throw this game. So, like you say, just keep starving them out. Be patient, wait for the Aegis. I feel like this is the difference between a lot of tier 1 and tier 2, like tier 2, tier 3 teams, where they understand that they can be a lot more patient. I say Alliance are tier 1. That's probably generous, but
well, not how they're playing this game.
Very well. Yeah. Invisibility. Liquid tries to smoke there to make a play, but
Popping the ulti very early here, but of course with 7 seconds downtime, there's not much of a commitment. They are looking towards Madara here. Madara having to pop the BKB pretty early here, but they found GH on the back lines. This is your black hole user, and he is gone. And now there's Madara. He's just chasing everybody back, and that's a huge F! Oh my god! The black hole is going to come in from GH from the high ground, but it is too late. Tiger has already jumped in and done the damage with a magnificent Echo Slam.
Well, I gave Tiger some stick last game. Credit where credit is due. That was quite something.
Yep. That was a slam and a half. Taking down the entirety of Team Liquid. They do buy back, but they throw down the black hole. Now they don't have that to work with, and all they catch is the Airshaker in that high ground black hole as well. GH trying to make the plays. Desperation. Backdoor protection is here. Okay, the bubble's going to stop things for the time being, but the creep's coming in through the top lane, going to disable that backdoor protection for now. Alliance, well, surprisingly, they don't get any more out of this.
I mean, they're just playing it careful. Like we said, you just wait for the second Aegis. They want a good fight, and they forced 3 buybacks from Matumba, Mimikry, and GH. So why don't you just go and get the Aegis here? Like, play safe. It's very like checklist where you just make like, have we done this? Tick. Have we done this? Like, move on to the next objective. Make sure we play by the books.
Tiger, Babbitt to blink himself away. Liquid seem to be going for the Hallelujah players right now. There comes the Atos onto Troll Warlord, stun out as well. But a little bit scary to try and go for this one. Meanwhile, they're looking for Tiger instead. This is the big hero. He's just going for the TP out. There is no basher, but there is a vacuum. Tiger in some trouble now. He's going to be able to throw down that stun. And actually, Matumba's going to get eaten alive by Madara here. And Kuroki trying to go in and do a bit of damage himself here, but he's just going to be pulled off apart.
They're trying to find +1s. Look at Foxy.
Well, that is going to be the Arc Warden down as well. And GG is called. Liquid have lost the second game. That is going to mean Alliance get to go to a game 3, showing us that they can play Dota and they can play it bloody well. A fantastic game 2 for them, ending with a 38k gold advantage at 29 minutes into this game. You can't take anything away from this team. Game 1 was a disaster. Game 2 was a disaster, but for the other team, which is pretty rare to see, that Alliance fighting back hard.
Yeah, Liquid just played so greedy again this game. Like, both their cores get Midas. Like, this Enigma position 4 is super greedy as well. Like, Mike and Josh trying to get things done, and Kuroki's running around desperately trying to make things happen. Like, he was level 6, like 8 minutes into the game or something. He was having a great time. But
yeah,
do you remember in the draft of this game when you said to me, "Why have Liquid banned Broodmother?" And I said, "I think Liquid just want to ban all the cheese heroes because they don't want to play up against them."
Yeah, and
they just this Alk just gets 10th picked, and then all of a sudden you're playing a completely different game than what you want to on Liquid. Like, he just ups the tempo of the game so quickly on this Alk. And
for sure.
They struggle to deal with the tempo, unfortunately.
We've seen this player net worth chart as well. It's just a complete river, like 11k above the next highest net worth Quake for this game. He just went absolutely nuts on this Alchemist. Goodness me. Alrighty then. Well,
I was just saying, I want to see GH play an actual position 4 hero this time. I'm not saying Enigma's not, but like an Earth Spirit or something, like something that you can make plays on the map on.
Yeah.
I miss those days of GH playing those kind of heroes.
Yeah. Something we can roll around and do a bit of damage and find some kills and make some plays. Absolutely. That's what we always want to see from GH, though. He's such a magnificent roaming 4 player. Alrighty then, we're going to head to a short break, but then we'll be back with a final game in this best of 3 series to find out who's going to be making it through to the winner's side of this group stage and who's going to have to be knocking it down and face elimination in the lower bracket. My name is Nomad. I'm joined by my friend. We'll see you very shortly for game number 3 of Alliance versus Team Liquid in the MDL Disneyland Major Qualifiers.